Coming up on Wave TV, Kat Conley shares with us how Master Chief Burgess and Mr. McCool plan to spend their retirement.
And Ellen Guilford brings us another film report. Good morning, Somerville. I'm Cy Chambers.
And I'm Hannah Simmons. Today is May 5th, 2017, and Wave TV starts now.
After 22 years of working at SHS, Master Chief Burgess and Mr. McCool decide to retire. Kat Conley gives us more information.
After 22 years of instructing at Somerville High School, both Master Chief Burgess and Master Chief McCool will be retiring at the end of the school year.
30 May is my final day here at the school, but 4 through 9 June I'll be carrying some cadets to the Georgia Orienteering Advanced Training. So I got one more small chore to do before I leave after May 30th. I have some grandkids, spend time with my grandkids. I have a grandson who has Down syndrome, so I'm going to be working with the Down Syndrome Foundation and special needs kids.
After retirement, I have this project. It's a 1956 Chevrolet pickup truck that I've been working on for 2.5 years, and I'm going to finish it. And I'm going fishing. I miss most about being with the kids and enjoying the company of the kids on trips and drill trips and camping trips and all that during the summertime. I'll miss the kids. They keep me young, even though I'm old.
You know, there's someone to hang out with. They're like a friend and a family member to all of us. So not being able to talk to them every day and not being able to, you know, come in and ask them for advice and have them to help us with our grades and stuff like that.
My favorite memory? Well, this year we went to the drill national competition, and that was probably the highlight. So I'm going out on a high note as far as the best things that we could do. So that was one of the best things that we've ever done, is going to nationals in Pensacola.
Reporting for Wave TV, I'm Kat Conley.
Be sure to show your teachers how much you appreciate them. A nice gesture can go a long way.
If I were a teacher, I'd like to get some food.
Speaking of food, Mr. Dillinger and Chef Huff have teamed up to create a cookbook called The Taste of Somerville. Here's Seth Buckworth with more information.
Followed by an announcement from our very own leadership class.
Do you have a unique food recipe that you want published and shared? Then submit your recipes to be entered into The Taste of Somerville, a cookbook being created by Mr. Dillinger and Chef Huff.
So anyone that's interested, any student or faculty, staff that's interested in submitting a recipe that is maybe passed down from generation to generation, it's a grandma's special macaroni and cheese, or any kinds of soups, salads, desserts, entrees, anything like that is going to be open for submission.
The Taste is being created to capture Somerville's original homemade recipes. It's currently in the development stage, and Mr. Dillinger and Chef Huff are accepting submissions. If you have an idea for an entry, be sure to stop by Mr. Dillinger's room at 178 or room 164 for Chef Huff. For Wave TV, I'm Seth Buckworth. Stay rad, Somerville.
Seniors, if you have photos or videos you would like to be shown on Wave TV, email your videos to wavetvnews@gmail.com. Now, Hannah Simmons and Ann Bailey share some of the Low Country's craziest ghost stories.
South Carolina is known for its food, beaches, and local artists.
But tourists often visit for another attraction.
Ghost stories across the state intrigue newcomers and benefit businesses by patronizing them during their stays.
Here are a few of those stories, beginning at home with Garen's Pharmacy.
I think ghost stories can make history very interesting in a moment, and it can be memorable to go through a story. Dr. Garen was actually a physician, and he became a druggist after the war, serving the inns that were up here. The inns were taking care of people from all over the world who were coming here to get away from tuberculosis.
Garen's Pharmacy is the oldest drugstore in South Carolina, and owner Barbara Dunning claims to have seen her share of ghosts. The tales attracts tourists and adds to the allure. To add to the ambiance, it was storming during the time of her interview, which can be heard in the background.
Garen's Pharmacy has a lady ghost. I haven't seen her, but other people have. She's dressed in a Victorian dress. And then we have a ghost upstairs that likes to make noise and move things around. And we have another ghost in the back, which is probably my great uncle who smokes a cigar. You can smell the cigar smoke, but I also see him.
That's good to talk to people who think they've seen them, and I don't have anything to say about it except I just listen to what they say.
South Carolina has many tales to its name, so we hit the road and explored a few more.
Our journey begins at Edisto Island. Julia Legree was a young girl from South Carolina who fell ill. Her mother took her to the doctor, only to find out she didn't have much longer to live. Eventually, she passed and was buried here. However, visitors noticed strange disturbances to her tomb, and under further inspection, small claw marks were found on the inside of her coffin, indicating that she had been buried alive and was trying to claw her way out.
However, the story of Julia Legree does not end there. During the day, her tomb was open to the public who could pay their respects, and at night, a member of the church would come and lock the tomb to prevent intrusion. The next morning, however, the tomb would be open again. Locals say that this was Julia herself trying to warn others of her fate. Today, a wooden gate separates visitors from the interior of the tomb.
Stay tuned for the next episode where we cover the ghost of Polly's Island. For Wave TV, this has been Hannah Simmons and Ann Bailey.
Warm weather, mudding, and the not-so-cringy country music make up the South Carolina we love and cherish today. With all those characteristics making up our unique Southern culture comes the laws that became the backbone of our state. And I'm not talking the basic don't speed past a stop sign laws. We're going to discover the most interestingly weird laws of South Carolina. Let's start off with the Sunday gun law. In this situation, all men are required to carry a loaded rifle to church on Sunday. Why, you ask? Well, it's simple: to ward off Indian attacks. You can never be too safe these days. After all, it's not like we took your land anyway. Moving on to laws concerning the supernatural. It is forbidden in Spartanburg, South Carolina to eat watermelon in the Mongolia State Cemetery. Everyone knows zombies love watermelon. I'm not kidding, this is a legit reason for the law. Lastly, let's hit on the most scandalous of laws. We all know that the South can be a very conservative place with some old-fashioned laws placed into action due to those ideologies. Not only is public nudity illegal for the Homo sapiens species, but horses are required by law to wear pants at all times. Can't have any fun these days. There are plenty more laws in South Carolina that have been lost in the books of time, but with the internet, these forgotten and absurd laws have no place to hide. Think I'm joking? Check my sources. Until next time, for Wave TV, I'm Brianna Black.
Tying into famous locals, Will Sutton discusses how the NFL drafted 3 football players from South Carolina schools, including Mike Williams, the grandson of an SHS culinary staff member.
The NFL draft took place from Thursday, April 27th to Saturday, April 29th. 32 professional football teams nationwide participated in the draft to gain new members from college teams. The 7th player to be drafted overall was Clemson wide receiver Mike Williams to the Los Angeles Chargers. His grandmother, Annie Gilmore, is a cafeteria staff member here at Somerville High School. We asked her a few questions concerning her grandson.
I just hope that he does the right thing. You know, a lot of these ball players get out there and they start making money, they start doing things that they shouldn't do. But I always hope that all of them do the right thing.
Other South Carolina players that were drafted include another Clemson player, Deshaun Watson, who was signed on to the Houston Texans. He was a quarterback for the Tigers and, along with Mike Williams, led the team to 2 national championship games and 1 memorable championship win against Alabama in 2016. Coastal Carolina running back D'Angelo Henderson was picked up by the Denver Broncos in the 7th round. Henderson was a former Green Bay football player who graduated in 2011. He set records at Coastal Carolina in career rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, and average yards per attempt. Henderson's streak of collegiate touchdowns is second only to NFL player Danny Woodhead. Make sure to keep an eye on these players this season. From Wave TV, I'm William Sutton.
Now, Ellen Guilford gives us the lowdown on summer movies coming to screens near you.
Followed by a prank from Alex Godwin and Glenn Brown.
Welcome to this school year's last edition of the Film Report. To close off the year, we're going to be taking a look at all the movies you should keep your eyes open for during the summer months. It's honestly just a bunch of sequels. To make sure we cover all the best summer movies from the beginning of May to the end of July, I'll only be covering each movie for about 10 seconds. Alright, here we go. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 will be released on May 5th and serves as a follow-up to the 2014 original film. May 19th marks the release of Alien Covenant as a part of the Alien prequel series. Baywatch will be released on May 25th and will star Zac Efron and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Not now, we've got a tight schedule to keep. Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men's Tell No Tales is set to be released on May 26th and will be the 5th installment in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Wonder Woman will be released on June 2nd and will make history by being the first superhero movie to have a female protagonist. Finally, The Mummy reboot will be released on June 9th and will star Tom Cruise alongside Russell Crowe. Pixar's film this year will be a 3rd installment of the Cars franchise. It will be released on June 16th. Transformers: The Last Knight will be released on June 23rd and solves the issue of why Transformers keep coming to Earth. Despicable Me 3 is set to be released on June 30th and deals with sibling rivalry and washed-up childhood stars.
Spider-Man: Homecoming will be swinging into theaters on July 7th. The film will be in the timeline with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so no Tobey Maguire, no Andrew Garfield, they have nothing to do with this. War for the Planet of the Apes will be released on July 14th and is the third film within the reboot franchise of the Planet of the Apes. Thank you so much for watching this year's last edition of the Film Report. Make sure you tune in next year where we'll be talking about the releases of The Last Jedi, Justice League, and Avengers: Infinity War. For Wave TV, I'm Ellen Guilford.
Good morning, Somerville. We mixed up another prank for you guys.
This time, we put mayonnaise in pudding.
Pretty good. Was it good? Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not. That's pretty terrible.
That's mayonnaise, bro.
It's mayonnaise.
Oh, what is that?
That's mayonnaise.
Oh! Oh, take it back.
It's not pudding, bro.
It's mayonnaise, dude. It's mayonnaise.
Yeah, tastes like pudding.
Alright, that's what I'm saying.
What's up?
You know what's kind of funny?
What's up?
There was mayonnaise in that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It's vanilla pudding.
Is it good?
Is it good?
No?
If you want.
Oh!
We got you guys for Wave TV. I'm Alex Godwin.
And I'm Glenn Brown. Stay pudding, Somerville.
I'm never going to eat vanilla pudding again.
Yeah, me neither. You guys ruined it for me. Nice going.
Unfortunately, that's all we have for you today. Make sure to tag your photos with the hashtag WaveTV to end up on the show. I'm Hannah Simmons.
Saeed Chambers, have a great day, Somerville.